Welcome to Tech Brothers with Amit. Today we are going to answer this question. After developing your SSIS package, you want to write a technical document. What are important contents would you like to cover in that document? So first of all, once you are developing your SSIS package, you will have some business required document, and that helps you to develop your SSIS package. That can be maybe your team lead or your solution architect. He has converted that BRD into technical document and given you, and you have created your SSIS package. So once the SSIS package is created, the next part is you are deploying to the UAT, QA and production and all, but also you have to prepare a technical document that tells what exactly this package is doing, and explain the different parts of that SSIS package. So if tomorrow any new developer comes in the team, he can take that document and start working on that package after reading it. So if I will be writing my document, what I will be doing, first of all, I will go to my package and take a detailed look and understand what exactly my package is doing, and understand each and every component, and I would like to write about it. I would like to write about the control flow. If what task I'm using in control flow, I would like to write about the data flow, what type of logics I'm writing it, I'm hard coding some values or not. I would like to write about the variables or parameters I'm using that one. I would like to write about event handlers I'm using, sending email or writing some information to some tables and all that. So I will use whatever the components I will use in the package. I would like to write about them. I will be using configuration in SSIS package, so I will have something in the document that will talk about the package configuration. If I'm using logging, I would like to write a few lines on that one as well. So here are the things or points I have noted for you, so you can start take a look and start writing your document. First of all, what is the purpose of your SSIS package? That's very important. You want to write 4 or 5 lines. You don't want to write a whole page just telling the purpose of that. So just write a brief description what exactly your package is doing, why you have created this package. The next part, job frequency detail. As you are creating this SSIS package, how often it will be called by a job, if it will be called on demand, or if it is scheduled on daily basis or monthly basis or yearly basis, you want to tell them. That's very important, because once a person is reading it, he would understand the frequency of the jobs, and in this section you will be also providing the name of the job that's using this SSIS package, so it's easy to go and find out the package where it is used. The next part, email notification in detail. So in your SSIS package, if you are using any email notification on success, on failure, on errors, and in the event handler, or even in the control flow by using send mail task or execute SQL task, write about it. Write about which teams will be getting that email in case of failure, in case of success. So if tomorrow you have put maybe 20 email addresses and everybody is happy to get the emails, and somebody later on they don't want to get those emails, and new developer comes, this is the only place he can go without digging into the SSIS package. He can go into document and see, okay, you are sending the email to 20 people in this section of your SSIS package, and he can go and eliminate that or remove that or add new people if he has to. Next part, audit process on package start. So that's a custom logging. If you are putting some information such as start time, package name, who started the package, and all those kind of information from package by using the system variables or some user variables, that if you are using some custom logging, you want to write about that and tell the person which table will be used where this audit information will be put in. The next part is extraction process. So you are extracting data, so you want to write about that, which sources you are extracting from. The subcomponents of that extraction process is sources, number 6, transformations and business logics and destinations. So we can consider fifth step extraction process and 6, 7 and 8 as sub steps in that one. So we want to write about sources. We want to tell the people, okay, we are reading from this database. If we are not reading from this database, we are reading from the file system, flat file or Excel file. We want to write the name and convention what we are using to read those files. How often those files will be provided. If we are reading from the Oracle table, we want to provide the database name, table name, schema name, whatever information can be helpful to understand that package. We want to provide that information for the sources. If the source is using some store procedure or the view, it will be good idea to mention those one as well. And if you are passing some parameters or using a store procedure and passing a parameter maybe in the for each loop, you would like to write about that. Transformations and business logic. This is a very important part. Any transformation you are using, such as maybe you are concatenating two columns, first name and last name. So you want to write that logic and that you have extracted from business required document or technical document. You want to reference that and put that logic here, and you might want to put the expressions what you have used in those transformations, such as a condition split or a derived column transformation and any other transformation. So you want to write about the business logic, give the reference of a document and write the expressions there. So tomorrow it will be very easy to find which business logics are used in this SSIS package, and if they need to modify, it will be quick process. The next part is destination. You want to mention about the destination. If your destination will be created dynamically, your files, maybe you want to create the file with the timestamp, so that's the name. You want to mention that name and convention. What will be the name of the file? If the file will be having the date time added to it, what will be the extension? If it is loaded or to the SQL Server table, or it will be loaded to the any Oracle or DB2 or any other database, what database name will be, what will be the table name, and what columns you are using. So all that information, whatever you can provide in the destination, and that can be helpful, provide that. Audit information on end of package. That's also part of custom logging if you are not using it. If in my case I use that often, so at the end of the package I put information in the package execution table I create for my custom login, and put end date or date and time, okay, success or failure, some count such as number of records inserted, deleted, updated in different data flow tasks. So if you are using some custom login, put that information, where to look for that information. That can be helpful for the people to understand this package. Dependencies. So this is also very important. You want to mention if your package is depending upon some other package or a job that has to run before this package run. So you want to mention all those places or the steps that has to be done before your package run. So in case of failures, people would know that, okay, this package maybe somebody has removed that step or that job from the system, and they even didn't know that, okay, your package is depending upon that job or the step. So mention any dependencies. If your SSIS package is using some maybe objects such as tables, views, store procedures, and they have to be there before you deploy your package, or mention each and every object what you are using in your SSIS package, and especially without them your package will fail. So any jobs or any objects that has to be there to run this package, mention all of them. Number 11, troubleshooting. So troubleshooting, if you are developing your package, while you are developing your packages, it is very common you come across those different scenarios. Let's say you are reading from a file system and from directory or a folder, and your files are there. In this case, you might have faced UNC path was not provided correctly, and if you do not provide UNC path correctly for the directory, package will fail with this error. If the file will be coming with some different extension beside CSV, okay, no file will be loaded, because the package can only read a CSV file that's we have defined inside the package. So you can whatever the scenarios you can think of, put all of them in. That really helps sometimes other developers while they are troubleshooting those packages, and it helps them as you have developed it and you have gone through some troubleshooting already, and good idea, you provide that scenarios and maybe snapshots as well for the other developers. Number 12 is dynamic package configuration. If you are using any configuration in your SSIS package, provide that information. So if you are using a SQL Server configuration or using XML configuration, provide that. Take the snapshot, whatever the connection managers you are using, provide that information, and how they should be configured, provide that information as well. If you are not providing or if your package doesn't have the configuration enabled, and you want to pass that information from the SQL Server agent job, such as connection manager values or variable values, mention that, and take the snapshot of those connection managers and say, okay, this is how exactly this value should be passed. So when you send this package for the deployments, the DBAs can take a look, and they can work through very quickly and create jobs for you. Number 13 is logging and event handling. So any place if you are using logging, such as you are using text file logging or XML file logging or SQL Server type logging or any type of logging, and all the events what you have used for different maybe on package level or on different executables, so you want to mention that. That's very important information, because if your package fails, this is the place where the other developers will be able to go and find out what error happened. Excuse me. Also mention the path or in case of XML file or text file logging, and if you are using SQL Server logging, then provide the database name and server name, and table name will be SSIS log though. So at least provide the database and server name where the other developers need to take a look. Number 14 is the last one, and it's called important links. So that's where you need to provide links such as a BRD that you use or technical document your team lead has provided you before you start this package. Any documentation that you have used to develop this SSIS package, provide that information, or any information that is that can be helpful, and those documents can be helpful. Maybe your SharePoint library where all the documents are sitting for this SSIS package, or maybe production support team emails, any information that you think of that's important, and that you have used, maybe mapping document and data conversion documents, or any other document you have used for this SSIS package. If they are saved on some shared location, folder, or SharePoint library or anywhere, provide those links. So sorry for taking a whole lot of time for explaining all these steps, but they are important. When you come to the interview question, you can kind of quickly tell them, maybe take 2 minutes and say, okay, I have a I write my purpose, I write job frequency, I write email notification, I write custom login information, I write about the extractions, about source where I'm extracting from, I write the business logics and destination where I write it, and I write about the dependencies, troubleshooting, dynamic package configuration, logging, and event handling, and all at the end I write all the links or provide the information about the links that are used to develop this SSIS package. So it will not be the way I have explained everything to you, but it will take you a minute or a minute and a half to explain these points, and then you can go in depth if they are interested to learn more about it. Thanks very much for watching this video, and I will see you in next video.